Good morning, students. Today I will discuss the law of definite proportion. This law was given by Johannes Proust in 1799. According to this law, a given compounds always contain same proportion. Proportion means ratio of elements by weight. It is also called as law of definite composition. Here we take one example. Suppose a pure water obtained from any source like well, river, lake, sea, or any other country that always made up of only hydrogen and oxygen. So hydrogen and oxygen element combined together in a same fixed ratio like this 2H ratio oxygen, 1 into 2 ratio 1 into 16, 2 ratio 16, that is equal to 1 ratio 8. Means this ratio is fixed for water. Whether the water is obtained from any source or any country, its ratio is fixed. So this law is also called as law of definite composition. Now next law is law of multiple proportion. This law was given by Dalton in 1803. According to this law, if the two elements can combine to form more than one compound, suppose this is the element hydrogen and oxygen that will form water, hydrogen and oxygen also form hydrogen peroxide, then the mass of one element that combined with a fixed mass of other element are in the ratio of small whole number. So according to this law, two compounds water and hydrogen peroxide, these are the two compounds. These are formed by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. But the mass of oxygen is here 16 gram and during the formation of H2O2 it is 32 gram. Means mass of oxygen, that is 16 and 32, that will combine with a fixed mass of hydrogen, that is 2 gram, and it will give a simple ratio, that is 16 ratio 32. 16 ratio 32, it means it is 1 ratio 2. It is the small whole number ratio. Now next law is Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. This law was given by Gay-Lussac in 1808. According to this law, when a gas combine or produce in a chemical reaction, they are present in a simple ratio by the volume provided all the gas are at the same temperature and pressure. Like this. Here one volume of 100 ml of hydrogen combined with 50 ml of oxygen and to form a water, that is 100 ml. It means its volume is 1, oxygen having 1 volume and water form a 2 volume. It means it bears a simple ratio. Means the ratio between the volume of reactant and product is simple, 1 ratio 1 ratio 2. So in case of H2O, 100 ml and 50 ml oxygen, that give ratio 2, and water, that is again 100 ml, it will form 1. So it means it form 2:1. But in case of H2 plus Cl2 give rise to 2HCl, it means 1:1:2. So this law is also called the law of combining volume. Now the next law is Avogadro law. This law was given by Avogadro in 1811. According to this law, equal volume of all gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Like this: 1 volume of hydrogen and 1 volume of again hydrogen plus 1 volume of oxygen, it will form 2 volume of H2O. Means here volume is equal, 1 plus 1, hydrogen volume is 1 and it is also 1. So it will give equal number of molecules, means 2 volume of water molecules. Now next is Dalton theory, या Dalton atomic theory. This theory was given by Johann Dalton. The postulates of this theory: first postulate is the matter consists of indivisible atoms, is called atoms. Atoms of same element are identical to each other, means they have same mass and size. It means they have identical mass and identical size. Or you can see that atom of different elements which differ in properties and have different mass and size. Next, the compounds are formed when the atoms of different elements combine together in a fixed ratio. This is the definition of compound. Like H2O, 1:8 ratio. That ratio is fixed for water. Next, atom can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. So all these are the postulates of Dalton atomic theory. Now what are the limitations of Dalton atomic theory? First limitation is it could not explain the law of gaseous volume. Only it explained the law of chemical combination by mass. Second, it could not give any reason for combining the atom. Why the atoms of different elements have different mass, size and valencies. This theory also failed to explain the nature of force that are bind together atoms in a molecule. It could not explain how and why the atom of different elements combined with each other to form a compound. So all these are the limitations of Dalton atomic theory. Dalton theory explains only the law of chemical combination. That is the law of conservation of mass and law of constant composition. Thank you, students.